Let's see how it goes. Okay, let's minimize disk. All right, a few things I want to talk about. A few stocks I want to go over. We'll cover AMC, obviously. You have to do that on these. And I hope you understand why I have to do that for all the people here. But I'm not feeling too good on a lot of things going into the market, and I want to cover why. I kind of went over it like vaguely yesterday with VIX. Like AMC and stuff, I'm not too worried about. I do think we're gonna get some volume going into tomorrow with AMC. Indexes look really good, like worth mentioning. Like as the week opened up, so this is where we opened up indexes and futures on the Nasdaq at least. 1362.6, 1362.7 range. And then as you see, we're getting a push up on the indexes, so it's looking overall good. Any trades that we had going over the weekend, like open was the only one I held going over the weekend. Probably look pretty strong coming in the open. Especially with the that the offering they're having, right? The public offering. It's gonna be pretty good for them. So I want to see open come up pretty strong. I do want to look to get out of open pretty quick. And is AMC worth the call? I'll go over AMC here in a sec. Give me 1 sec though. I just want to kind of go over where I think indexes are moving really quick, because this is kind of like, if you're a day trader, this is gonna be pretty focal for this week. So I think VIX is going to be a really good play. Quick look. So VIX and UVX are relatively the same thing, like pretty much the same thing. Pull it up. VIX is how I trade options on it. And so if you don't trade the VIX, if you bet in the market's going to go down, VIX is a good thing to add. Looking at the VIX, it's at these really, really low ranges, this 10.6 range. I mean, this is pre-COVID level lows, to be honest. So as we go to the 1 day, yeah. So this is pre-COVID levels low. So we had a massive run up during COVID and stuff like that, and so now we're seeing these new lows right here. There's potential we could drop down. I think there's very low risk. I would grab like maybe beginning of May call options on UVXY, and what I'm gonna be looking for to grab, at least to hedge my portfolio in anything that I'm having call options on. There's a lot of plays that look really sharp. There's a lot of plays that look really good. You can expect a dip from Apple tomorrow. They kind of got rid of talks of the new car working with Hyundai or something. So that's worth noting as well. We have a lot of earnings going on this week. So I don't recommend, not financial advice, but grabbing some VIX if you're trading call options are going to be a very great play, just to hedge and keep yourself safe if we see massive dips. I wouldn't go too heavy into them. The open interest is high, but one thing worth noting is that the IV isn't that high because we're trending down right now. So call options, let's say they get a 10% boost to like $11, that's really going to start bumping up that IV if we start moving pretty quick. So you can double and triple your profits on those call options, if you know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, I'm not going to break it down right now, but just worth noting. You don't need that much to hedge your account. So VIX, what I'm looking at. AMC, let's talk AMC though. A lot of people coming in now, so let's talk AMC. If you're trading AMC, probably not a day trader. It's probably worth noting. So looking at AMC, I mean, coming into the week, if you've watched my videos, it's the same stuff I keep saying over and over and over. We need to see a strong open. I think that's what we need to see. I think overall, especially watching, so if you're watching the Super Bowl commercials, there's a lot of hype and a lot of talking about the Paramount Plus or whatever. Everyone's coming out with a streaming service now, right? So the competition is definitely stacking up in that industry. And I'm careful to say this because people get really upset when I say this. But like long term, AMC's, and there's things that really hurt them. Long term, movies aren't a great play. I think they're definitely deteriorating. People can say once COVID gets back, people are going to want to get out. Whatever you want to say. Like fundamentally, I think it's just there. But anyways, but the buyout, the video I made was not, what's up, Selena24. So the video I made wasn't just hype or anything. That's really worth noting. And yes, Jeff Bezos didn't announce anything being interested, but I think the Netflix acquisition of AMC makes sense. It would make a lot of sense. Maybe they reduce the number of locations, but change some things about it. But I think there's a lot of high potential. Look at the dude. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Tom Brady goated. He goated. Tyrann Matthew. Why would you talk trash to the goat? That doesn't even make sense. So that video I made wasn't hype related, to be honest. Yeah, the thumbnail was a little bit clickbaity, insinuating that Jeff Bezos made a comment regarding it. But it is getting traction, and that it's a very high possibility AMC does get bought out or does get purchased from another company or getting acquired overall. So that's worth noting. And if that does happen, the stock will skyrocket. So there's multiple outlooks if you're buying at these low ranges. And right now, it's under $7. I'm not saying it's a great buy at this point, because I'm not buying into it at this level. But once you start getting below $5 and $4, those are just kind of pretty safe entries. I'm not saying to unload and go 20,000 deep into the stock, but you have a lot of upside, especially if we start to get purchases or offers on the company. So that's something that is definitely on the table. Palantir with earnings coming up. Palantir might not beat on earnings. That's one thing I'm worried about. If they get a dip, it's a buy. Palantir on a dip is going to be a buy. I love what they're doing company-wide. Like I said, though, a lot of my videos that I haven't made that aren't hype related, they don't get a lot of video, they don't get a lot of credit, or they don't get a lot of views. Which is, I understand, I'm a newer YouTuber, so I understand that completely. But I was very big on buying Palantir sub $28. I was a big advocate. You can go watch my videos before they had the Palantir day or demo day. I was consistently saying it was one of the long-term picks. I did sell off a heavy chunk of my position once it bumped up to $36. Looking to get back into it, but Palantir long-term doing great things. The focal point behind the business that I love is their foundation of their clients our government, like that's the government is their foundation clients. And through demo day, it was kind of more spreading out to showcase what they're doing for retail companies as well, and to more like commercial industries, to get outside of the government and actually start growing that process. So where they started and they're proving their company, the proof of concept is major and was brilliant as a company. I love what they did. So the fact that they are building these relationships with the governments and consistently growing, and not only are they getting like one deal with these governments, right? They're just signing continuous deals and they're getting larger and larger and larger. They're not getting smaller. That's another highlight focal point. That's why I love them. What crypto do I own it? Nada. If I was going to own any right now, what is Litecoin at? I liked Litecoin sub 150. I don't know what it's at now though. This was like almost a month ago. It's at 150 now. I like Litecoin around this level. It hasn't had that breakout. I'm really surprised when it started getting this breakout. It's consolidating in this range. But honestly, crypto right now, I'm not a huge fan. I think it's just you're buying a little late. You're buying a little late. Prediction on Dr. Phil live. I wonder if it's a real Dr. Phil. So let's go to GME. I think AMC has more room than GME personally. I don't like GME. What's going to be interesting is going to be the short interest come this week. That's going to be the key factor here. I'm more excited about AMC though. I think there's just more hype maybe, and then more volume as well kicking into the stock. So we can go look at Yahoo Finance as well just to get a quick look at the stock. One sec, guys. And I love it. I love using this to look at overall volume on the, why is it? Oh my God, the hell. I love using this to look at volume. It's a very easy way to identify the volume moving in and out of the stock. So you just go to historical data on whatever stock you're looking at, and this is the overall volume that's showing on the right hand side. So that's worth noting. So we're getting a downtrend, obviously getting pushed down. So Friday we actually got some kick up that was positive. There's a lot of selling going on Friday. That's the negative, right? So we got to push up pretty to like 827, and then we dumped back down to like 683 or 652 range. That was pretty bad. Yeah, it's really speculation with GameStop AMC. You're hoping, one, that the short interest has raised come Tuesday. That's going to be the big news. Can short interest raise? Two, you want to see buyers come in and hold. You don't want to see them selling once we start hitting the $10 range. Like I said, that $10 range is going to be a big mental plateau for AMC unless we just blow straight past it. So that's going to be a focal point. So if we can hit it, bounce down, and then come back above it, that'll be really bullish for the stock, and what I'll really love about AMC if it can do it. But as you see, the volume is trickling down back to that downside. You want to see it start kicking back up. We're still sitting above 100 mil, so that's good. No, almost 200 mil. So I want to see the volume that starts kicking in here on Monday. That's going to be pretty big. Something we want to see. Fintel is saying a 30% short. Fintel is saying 30% short interest or short volume. Short volume is 60% on Fintel. It hasn't been released yet, so there's no way that's right either way. Thoughts on IDEX short term? IDEX, I like the company. I made a video on them a while back, like 4 or 5 days ago. So I made a video on them when they were at this level here. And I mentioned in the video that they probably weren't going to get another retest of this monthly level, which they got that first time. It said it looked bullish. It was getting that little flag and then pushing back up. Above the view up was going to be a clear buy. I didn't end up trading it, though. It's just cheap. I think the open interest was high, but the price of the premiums on the options. Is there even options on this? I figured the price would be high, so I just didn't touch it. Just because it's trending up. I like grabbing something with some lower end IV, so there's more room to make gains. Just me personally. Tyler, can you view pre-orders for tomorrow morning? I cannot. I don't know how you do that. I don't know. I do want to, once the channel gets monetized a little bit more, I want to start buying, I want to buy Cheddar Flow or Flow Algo, just so I can like let you guys look at that as well to see the option flows. I think that would really help you guys see how money is flowing, sweeps and stuff like that. I think it would really help everyone. So I think that'd be a really big thing. Currently, the guy that runs the Discord with me, he uses it. So it's pretty nice as well. And then we also have this tool. I don't know if you guys can see. So on the Discord, we have, I think it's part of like the VIP thing. I don't know. So yeah, you get to use it if you pay for the membership, but like still, it's pretty cool. Some other Discords have it for free, so you can like see just type flow. Let's say, what are we looking at tomorrow? So I like open door. So it's like, I think it's powered by Black. This is by Black Box, I think. So yeah, so this is kind of what it shows as sweeps. It looks pretty good. I think open looks really good. You can see the bullish volume, stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Do you day trade or long-term investing? I do both. So primarily, Alan, what I do is options trading every single day. I do day trade. So I don't classify myself as a day trader, but let's say I get into Apple and I'm expecting it to hit 138 and it's at 134. And by some chance we get an immediate move up to that 138 level, I'm going to get out the same day, right? I'm not picky. I'm not going to hold past that position. Once we hit my overall exit plan, I'm getting out no matter what happens. And then I have to reevaluate things if I hold it too long. Like the other day, we had an Apple position hit target, but it just went on too long to the theta and time decay just killed us. So I don't classify myself as a day trader per se. I'm really just like, I find stocks fundamentally that I like, then I narrow them down better with the overall chart, and then I find exits that I like. That's how I base all my trades. But I would classify myself as more of a short-term trader. There's few stocks I like in the long-term portfolio, and I do mention them as well in the Discord. So like as you can see as well, I'm not gonna like, where's the long-term? So I have a chat that just is for my long-term, and so I go over my long-term stuff as well. What are your stream times right now? So I do have my son. So when I have my son, I have about 55% custody. So my ex has 55, I have 45% custody. That's just how it worked out. When I have him, I have to stream late at night, or if I have him at school, then I can stream during the day, early in the mornings. But I found that a lot of people can't watch early in the mornings due to work, which I totally understand. Not everyone's able to do this full time. I'm pretty lucky to be able to do that. So I'm trying to get more set up stream times. I know you guys like this. Am I going to stream pre-market? I may, Rand. I may. But right now, I want to start streaming during, like, from 8:30 to about 9:30, 8:30 to 10 every morning. But right now, just with the group, I'm doing it with someone else. So I don't think it's fair that, because he wants to just do it like just with the group, which I totally understand. Like if people are paying money, that's totally, like before it was just me running the group, so I kind of could do whatever I wanted. So I don't want to do anything that disrespects him or anything like that. So I think that right now I'll probably just, when I'm streaming with him, I won't do it publicly. But then maybe after we get done live streaming, I'll do it by myself. But yeah, and a lot of people are asking questions. Why did I decide to run a group with someone else? Just so you guys know, I'm not filthy rich or anything like that. If you know my backstory, beginning of the year, I pretty much cleared out my whole portfolio for a lawyer to get custody and rights to my son. Unfortunately, men have to go through a pretty rigorous process to do that. So I had to get that done, and that was priority number one. So I pretty much lost all my investment money at that time. I wasn't working either just because I had school full time. I was trying to get set up with this again, and it was a rough time for me. So when that happened, Yeah, that was tough. And so I've been rebuilding the portfolio, doing stuff like that since about, I want to say, the end of summer, last summer. And so as I started rebuilding it and stuff like that, I got this opportunity with this group, just getting paid and stuff. So now I'm able to do this full time while I'm going to school. This is my last semester to get my finance degree, so that's pretty great as well. Alan, I'm 23. I'm 23. My son is 3 years old. So yeah. Okay, so let's go back to, I know a lot of people are coming here because AMC, so like I'm gonna try to do like AMC, like 5 minutes looking at other stocks, come back to AMC, go back and forth. So I will. And guys, I do appreciate hitting the like button. It does help the channel out a lot. So yeah, and subscribing, that does help. But yeah, I'm gonna have like, especially once the channel grows a little bit more, I do want to like do a breakdown video of like the whole like process of how I got to where I am now with the channel and just my overall trading terminology content. I want to have educational content on here as well. I don't want to charge for educational content either. I think that's kind of ridiculous. You're never gonna see me make a course. The only thing I'll charge for is if I'm personally helping people, like in Discord. Like the people in my Discord, they can DM me anytime and I'm gonna answer. Like that's the only thing I pay for. Like, and if I post my trades as well. It's not like a signal group or anything like that. It's just like I'm posting what option I'm getting in, and they tell me, you know what I mean? Like you can ask them what their profits are like. So like I recommend asking people their experience from like following me, because that speaks way more volumes. I'm not ever gonna make a breakdown list of what I did last week because that can be manipulated. So I always recommend just asking people their experience and if Tyler's a bullshitter or scammer. Sorry. So yeah, let's look at AMC really quick. So if you watch any of my videos, essentially it's gonna be the same thing. I can't chart it because nothing's come in yet. And I don't think indexes really affect this at all. Honestly, I think if the indexes look bearish going into tomorrow, it'll make AMC and these short squeezes look better just based on how we've done in the past weeks. So when the market was overall down, AMC, GME, and these short squeezes did very, very well. It's worth noting that volume flowed into these stocks, so that's really good to know. Looking at AMC, going into the morning, I want to say a very strong push above 710 to 720. If we get a pretty strong push like off the bat, I think it'll look pretty positive for some initial buy-ins. And I'm not just like FOMOing or telling you guys some bullish news. Like do whatever you want. The safest point to buy, in my opinion, if you like want the safest entry at all, like the absolute safest, is if we get, so let's say we trend the stock right like this or something, and we get above the $10 range and retest it. That would be the time to buy, in my opinion, and then just have stops maybe like at 9:15, 9:30, whatever your options may be. The other option, a little bit more risky in my opinion. And you need to know I'm not in any position yet. I'm not in any position on AMC again. I had one position, exit out of it, been out of it for a while now. But what I have said and made very publicly clear, if we get above the $10 range and hold, so let's say we break out and come straight back down, I'm not going to enter. But if we get a breakout and we trend up here a little bit, then get a retest, that's when I'll be buying, right? So we just don't want to see a wick and then a shot back down. We want to see a move, some trending, a retest, and then that's where we want to buy, is on that retest. You want to see some healthy movement above the $10 range, and then I'll be pretty bullish on it. But looking in the short term, what I'm looking at right here, I want to see a push above this range, and if we start trending like this, there's a high possibility. I would say we get above 720 and we move sideways somewhat. There's above 50%, I would say it is like a 60 to 70% chance we get a push up to this 860 to 885 range. There's a very high possibility. Now, if you watch my videos as well, the real question is retail going to be selling, or how much of a sell-off do we get on these move-ups? Because if you look at my comments on my videos, everyone's saying my price target's $10, my price target's $9. So you're seeing people are coming into the mentality where they're just like, I just want to get out of the position. You know what I mean? And if you bought it like $19, $17, I understand your mentality. So, like, you know what I mean? It's how much damage control is going on in the market right now. How many people are actually willing to hold? Everyone can post on Reddit, diamond hands, I'm holding till the moon. But at the end of the day, when you're looking at your portfolio and it's down 70%, and then you look back at it in 2 hours and it's only down 40%, you know, you might want to save that $3,000 or however much it may be. So, yeah. Logan, so I'm going to answer a few questions. If you have questions, just post them right now. I'm going to go through questions for a second. So what do you think about Ocugen stock offering? I haven't gone over it yet. Not really my type of thing. What do you think about the S3 manager? I hoard. He's saying AMC is a squeeze in the making. Please, thank you. Any positive news about the squeeze is good. We're gonna have a clear answer about the squeeze come Tuesday. That's gonna be really, like I said, the day of reckoning for AMC. So let's push my video that I post on Tuesday to like 100K views. That'd be awesome. AMC to $20 next week, kind of possible. Quran recitation 16. I don't know what that means. You're saying I'm 16 years old? Yes, I think AMC is worth the call. Better be $20. Fintel updated short ratio to 30%. No, Fintel did not update anything. That's a lie. Neo safe bet over 120 by 20. Russell, I believe Neo hits $100 before the end of the year. That's a bold prediction. I think Neo has the capacity and the ability to hit about $80 to $100. I would say above 80 before summer starts. Below Discord. I know I need to upload the Discord. I need to get a new Discord on there. Don't do a call on AMC. Bad idea. You're hoping right. CIV merger Monday. I need a shout out for merger Monday. The merger, if it happens on CCIV, huge news. And if it does merge, honestly, I think it's one of the safest bets overall if it merges. Because Lucid is going to be an instant competitor in the market with the luxury vehicles. And like on the Super Bowl, I don't know if you guys watched, all the commercials were EV commercials. There was not one non-clean energy commercial that I saw for vehicles. That's worth noting. So EV is in demand. Lucid luxury, like I'm telling you, if you watch my last video on them with the CEO talking, I know it was kind of boring because it was the CEO talking the whole time. But like, if you really listen to it, like, man, it got me excited. And I'm not a huge CCIV fan. I'm not a huge Lucid fan. I'm a Lucid fan. I'm sorry, but I'm not a huge CCIV fan just because they're so adamant on like saying it's just a rumor. It's a rumor, and maybe they're just like protecting themselves. But I don't know. If AMC is short, it's around 130%. What do you think? I see it flying if it's above 100. If it's above 100%, dude, it's flying. Do you think AMC will hit $10 tomorrow though? It's possible. I don't know. The real movement's gonna come after Tuesday. I know I'm talking fast, guys. I'm trying to get through these. What's a realistic price point if AMC has an amazing week? $13 to $14 this week. Realistic. Could go further. Tyler, this last week, we had a spike at the market open, 3x halt on GME, and both the GME and AMC Dow have slowed down the rest of the week. Could you say those spikes are any of the short covering? 100%, yes. So with what the worrisome thing with AMC, so let's say Robinhood never shut down. Let's say there was never the sketchy movements with Robinhood in these markets not allowing you to buy GME or AMC. I honestly think that we'd be sitting in a total different market with these stocks. They wouldn't be nearly as far down. Oh, my son. One sec, my son. I'll be right back. Give me a sec. What's up, bud? Yeah. What's wrong? What's wrong? You want a drink? You want your booby? Sorry, guys. He woke up out of his sleep and was kind of like sleep talking. I was just making sure he was okay. But I don't really know what I was talking about there. Any opinion on S3 manager? Yeah, I already answered that question. Since the moon. There's a good question I didn't answer. Yeah, I don't know. There was a question I didn't answer. Sorry. So. Yeah, I need to put a new Discord link. I'll do it the next after I get off this. I can't edit it during. Or can I? Oh, I can. Okay, cool. Sweet. Here, let me edit the Discord really quick. Invite people. No, edit. Here, I'll put the new Discord link in there right now. That should be it, right? Yeah. Copy. There you go. I put the new link in there. That should work. Let me know if it works. During the Super Bowl, there was a lot of Paramount Plus. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I haven't even heard of Paramount Plus, and I've been trying to say this with AMC. Like, I try to give both sides, right? The goal is to always give an unbiased opinion on whatever stock I'm talking about. I think if you follow me, you can agree that I give bearish videos. You know what I mean? I'm not the guy that just makes bullish videos. I think there's definitely more potential upside on a YouTube channel if you only post bullish videos that you're happy about. But I don't think I'm doing you guys a service by posting only bullish videos. So like if I can help someone potentially not lose money with making a bearish video, like with like fuel cell, right? So let's talk about fuel cell. I was kind of wrong on it. I will admit I was kind of wrong. So on fuel cell, I made the video like around $22 that this had potential downside forming, but then they had to deal with Exxon, so that's kind of, you know, catch 22. I couldn't predict that. But clean energy has had a really nice run up. Fuel cell, especially, their earnings were terrible. They did beat on revenue though, worth noting. But they have a lot of room to go up. So I just called for a pullback. That's what I was expecting on fuel cell and clean energy overall. So like I know it can hurt how people view me, because people get really like, and if I say I'm in a put, people like crucify me. I mean, y'all hate guys that put puts on the market. Y'all think that like they're the devil or something. It's crazy. Tyler Wilson, bro, be real with me. You think AMC is going back up to like $20 this week or month? Awesome Ninja, it totally. I can't respect that name. So it totally depends. There's some really big things you have to be considerate and aware of with AMC, and this is what I'm talking about. So first of all, tomorrow we want to see bullish to sideways movement, right? I want to see a push around $8 tomorrow. I would love if we see like a move to like $8, feeling really good. Tuesday marks the short interest, like the release of the short interest change. So that's going to be pretty important. We wanted to see it just stay above 68%. I'd be happy. If it gets above 100%, we can be ecstatic. If it gets above 100%, I could see the stock really making a massive move, and I would be very tempted to open some long-term positions. Depending where you bought in. So people that bought in above $10, I'd be concerned. Overall, that those are the people that should be like overall concerned with their investments and how much they spent on the overall stock. The rumors of AMC being bought by Amazon and Netflix, there's not an overall rumor that's saying that it's happening. There's a lot of talks of like the benefits. Would it work out? What are traders' opinions? Who is the best company to fit? And so about 4 months ago, it was Amazon. Everyone was talking about Amazon, and that was an overall rumor. And if Amazon wanted to get in that space, which I could see Amazon making the play. Netflix, like I said in the video, makes perfect sense. Like that could like change the game for Netflix. Honestly, like that could absolutely change the game for I can't emphasize that enough. Let's theoretically, let's say Netflix, they bought out. Let's say Netflix buys out AMC. And this is just kind of how I was thinking about it in my head. So one, they buy out AMC. They own AMC, right? They could release all their movie premieres in theaters, one. Or if you had like a Netflix, like you have the membership, right? They could create some sort of like premiere membership to where you get access to Netflix and then you get access to unlimited movie like viewings or whatever. That could probably be a problem, like maybe like 3 a month or something like that, to where you could go to the movie theaters, like, and you pay like a $30 premium per membership. If that made sense. That could be absolutely crazy. I think cable's losing value as well. Fubo is going to see a massive rise in price as well. I think Fubo is going to be a long-term great company because people are automatically switching to wanting to go like cutting that cord, or whatever you want to say. But I see just massive upside with Netflix. Like if Netflix did that, it would just be like completely crazy, and like a stock to look at for like a valuation of that. So like let's go look at work. So this is Slack. I don't know if you guys know what Slack is. Pretty much Discord for businesses. I used to use a Slack for like the Discord, but like people just were too confused by it, which I don't know how. I guess they just never have had a real job. So this was Slack. Down here, $29. And then something happened with Slack. They announced that they were getting bought out and acquired, I believe from, was it CRM? I think it was CRM, Salesforce. They announced they were getting bought out by CRM Salesforce. And look what happened to the price in a matter of three days. $28 to $44. 3 days, guys. 50% gain in the company in 3 days. And Slack had been performing terrible. This is through COVID. Through COVID, Slack was doing terrible, which Slack should have been doing better. All it takes is to get acquired, guys. I'm telling you. And with the Netflix news, and imagine the retail buyers kicking in as well. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're buying at these low ranges, like I'm not saying go buy into AMC right now. I'm not saying that at all. If you listen to my videos, I have not said buy into AMC at $6. It's a great buy. Haven't said it. I've told you my personal entries where I would buy, and I don't think a lot of people do that. I think a lot of people are scared to do that. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to lose. Like, it's a part of the game. Like, if you guys think that I don't lose a trade, then you're oblivious. But if you don't think anyone on YouTube misses a trade, then you're really oblivious. The only person that I haven't seen miss too many trades is Dead Inside. But Dead Inside has a massive following too, so like I know he has those like pump and dump claims. I do not think Dead Inside pump and dumps at all. I think he's a really super legit guy. He just built up such a big respect and following that anything he buys goes crazy if it's a low market cap. But where I'm looking personally, if we start dipping below this $5 range, this like 470 down here, it's a long-term purchase for me. I would start laddering entries, honestly, because I'm playing endgame at that point. I'm playing to the point of I think we get acquired. I don't think AMC survives the way that they are. I don't think movies are going to go back to normal. I think the game is 100% changed. Like everyone's saying, Paramount, all those Paramount Plus commercials, there's like 4 in the Super Bowl. They put up a lot of money for that. You know what I mean? Things are changing, and like you can be in denial and say people want to get out and stuff. But let's be real. If you want to go see a movie right now, I don't know if you guys know, like, I know southern states are a lot like this right now. You can go see a movie right now. I can go to Cinemark. I can go see a movie here in Texas. I know Texas is pretty loose on these rules, but like, if you want to go see a movie right now, you can go see a movie. Maybe if you're not like like the northern parts of America, but if you're in this like below, I would say like below the Carolinas on the East Coast and like on the West Coast, I don't really know, to be honest. Just not in California, maybe. You can go do most things. So like that's what I'm saying. This cabin fever theory, like it's just convenience is what is selling now. It's convenience, and I think that it's just changing. The market's changing. So what do you think about the highest price AMC will jump to? I mean, I keep saying it, so I don't know how else to keep saying it, but I'll say it again. So AMC short term, what am I seeing? So let's go over the next week of AMC. What I am projecting, right? I want to see movement like this going into tomorrow, right? This is the VWAP. I'm just projecting how the VWAP moves going into tomorrow. Sideways action, sideways. I want to see us get back above this $7.20 range, possibly get a push up to maybe $8. That'd be amazing. I think we get a little bit of hype, volume kicking into the market just because short interest is being released on Tuesday. That's pretty valuable information to know as well. So Naked could also benefit from this as well. When that gets released, that information, it's going to be pretty interesting where we go. If we get a move above this range right here, I think there's a high possibility we get a test of the $10 range. This is where it gets really interesting. Can we get above the $10 marker? I've literally if you go look at my comments, I've had so many people say $10 is my price target. That's my price target short term, and I get it. Like if you're a day trader, like and you're just trying to make a quick buck, it's a good price target to have. So, but honestly, that's the real price target. If you're being safe, is $8.80 to like $8.60. That's the really safe price target. But overall, yeah, that's my opinion. Jason Aglin, what movies am I talking about? Okay, so let's talk about what movies are coming out. We had Wonder Woman, which sucked. The Little Things that came out. Sorry, I really don't watch too many movies right now. Let's look. Monster Hunter, Greenland. I mean, Tenet was actually one of the last few movies released. I think this one was just released. The Little Things is one of the bigger ones. Marksman just got released as well. Don't know what the hell that movie is. a lot of things are getting postponed. That's like worth. I want to see this movie right here, The Sound of Metal. I heard it's like really good. I haven't watched it though. One Night in Miami. That's a new one that just got released end of the year. But yeah, there's definitely movies being released. A lot of things are getting postponed, but it's getting to the point where there's like, dude, we got to release it. You know what I mean? But like I said too, with these movie releases, the big thing's gonna be is how is AT&T's returns? That's the one that I want to see. AT&T owns Warner Brothers, I believe. They own HBO as well. So if we can look and see how their returns are doing, it's going to greatly affect other companies like Paramount and things like that. Paramount, whatever you want to say. TDMI, what is that? TMDI? Sounds familiar. I hate therapeutics, man. I hate them. They're just like my... I'm sorry. I just hate therapeutics. I hate them. Do they have news on them? Like, what do they got? I can't stand therapeutics. They don't look bad. It looks like it wants to make a run to like the $3 marker, but this is like... I think everyone has something they don't like trading. They don't like. Therapeutics are it for me. Appreciate it, Stone. BNGO. I liked BNGO. Okay, so I was gonna make a BNGO video. They have earnings coming up, which I don't like trading earnings. I really don't. I was watching the live stream from Trade Trades and the guy Your Pop or something. I think that's his name. Yeah, I think it's his name. Let me. This guy's actually a pretty decent like YouTuber. I like his information. I think this is his name. Yeah, this him. Yeah, terrible profile picture.
What is going on, guys? It is Ahmed.
Oh crap! I hope I don't get like the copyright thing. So he does like a lot of medical stuff. I think he's like a doctor or something. I don't know what he is, but he covers a lot of medical stocks. So like he has good content for that type of stuff. But I'm just not a big medical guy, and so BNGO it's looks really good on technicals. That's a good thing. I'll cover Sundial here in a sec. Yeah, I'm holding some Nokia. I have call options on Nokia, but like they're mid-March, so I'm not really like concerned. I might have to replay them. But one sec. So, and Kathy Woods talked about Neo, I believe, on Thursday, Friday it was. BNGO, I wanted to see it to get above this range. This is gonna be a big resistance and support that I'm watching. Like, I almost bought in, I think, on Thursday. I wasn't super comfortable with it. But yeah, so I want to see us get back above this area. They're expected to beat earnings BNGO, so that's one thing to know. Beating earnings would be pretty massive for the company. That'd be pretty massive. If they beat, they're going to probably skyrocket to new highs. But you're just betting on earnings, and I have no idea how to bet on earnings with these therapeutics. No idea at all. Nokia. Let's look at Nokia really quick. We'll come back to AMC and stuff. I just get more views when I do AMC, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like the point of growing the channel as much as possible. Appreciate the subs though and the likes though. The likes like really do help the channel, so like I appreciate all like the love and support, guys. Nokia, like getting this breakdown. If you watch my videos, I mean, I was totally like aware that this was 100% a possibility. I said high chance we come to like maybe $4.07, even to $4, high possibility. But I mentioned that I'd be a buyer at these levels. I was looking at them. Earnings were good though. We had good earnings. I don't know why they show up as negative. They beat on both sides of the earnings. That's dumb. HITI, is that High Tide? You already know I love High Tide. What are you talking about? Y'all know I love High Tide. I trade high. This is the one that I bought. I don't know why it popped up different. So this is one that I bought. I bought it at 38 cents. This was marked in the Discord as well when I got into it. It was a little bit risky buying the resistance and the breakout. Very rarely do I buy those unless I really like the company. And from there, obviously it's paid out. It's almost up 2x. So it's nice. It's great. One of the best companies in the field, and especially how they're moving. UWMC, made a lot of videos on them as well. I did exit a lot of my positions when we got up there. This was the theory, though, looking at them. I want to buy more of those since we're under $10 again. $10 is that basement price here. I think it's very safe. Long term, being in the mortgage isn't bad. I do like having a little bit of diversification in the portfolio to mortgages or the housing market overall. The problem, they're moving slow compared to like Rocket. Like Rocket is a good comparison. Rocket looks like it wants to do another breakout though. They posted great earnings, which is what had me sold on buying them. So I was buying this whole dip down, and when we dropped below $10, I pretty much was like, dude, if I lose, I lose. I have to buy. So I held till earnings, and then I cashed out about like 11 flat. But yeah, so I made decent. It was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. Any ideas on BlackBerry technical analysis? I think BB is going to be trending down. It was definitely a huge pump. They were a little bit overvalued. I made a video on them when they were around $11. I liked what they were doing with the company, the shift of the business model, but they were overvalued then. They're overvalued now. Zom, it's really hyped up. They're they released their product, that main product they have, whatever. It's like I made a video on it. You're hype trading at this point though with Zom. That's the thing. It's too high. You don't buy these levels. You're gonna hear me say, like, if you come to the channel, I'm gonna repeat the same stuff over and over and over. Like, how I buy is the same. It's pretty consistent. Like, if you follow me, I'm a consistent. I could probably change my name to the consistent trader because I'm doing the same things on repetition. If there's anything I learned when it comes to day trading and trading stocks, like, and how I trade, it's just like, dude, Tyler, do the same thing over and over and over and over. And if I wrote it on a list, and if you follow me on Discord, maybe I'll have a bad week here and there. I'll go on weeks where I'll just hit like 7 losses in a row, and I'm like, man, it's tough. You know what I mean? But I mean, it works out, and people know if they follow me. When it starts hitting, and like, the market starts, I'm looking decent. Like this past week with Apple, that was just a bad trade. Like, that was just tough. That was a tough loss. This was a tough trade on Apple. This was one of the most frustrating weeks I've had on Apple. So I bought at this level here, this 135 breakout. We trended sideways, came back down. I stacked up a little bit here. I wanted to triple down, but I didn't. I was a little bit scared. Bought the support, came back up, but we just trended. The sideways trend killed us. And then we actually ended up getting out around 137 at break even just because of the theta on it. But like, it's just doing the same stuff over and over and having consistency and having an overall plan with your trading. Like, some people just come in like, oh, I like the stock. And it's good, like, have it. But if you want to just buy stocks that you like them, you better be long term. Because people say charts don't matter. It's your own opinion. I'm in favor of that. Like, all these indicators are stupid. Going Bollinger Bands, MACD, RSI, all these crazy indicators. That's why you see my chart pretty clean. It's like one of the cleanest charts probably in comparison to most people. But, like, you got to cut out the noise. I'm a price action trader, and it comes back to fundamentals always. That's how I trade. How do you think trading is going to change from the AMC GameStop hype? What do you mean? Is there like a difference? Bryce McLeod, are you saying, is there like a difference in how? And guys, I'm sorry if I'm missing you. I'm not like ignoring anyone. I'm just like, I'm trying to give good information and like my overall thoughts. But like, I can only see certain things on the right hand side. So like, sorry. I'll go over cents here in a second. SENS. I'll go over it. I promise. Like, I'll even put the chart on. I'll put the chart on. But I want to answer Bryce's question. How do you think? This is a good question. So, and I cover this in a video on AMC, and it was a report. So, like, I understand. Like, sometimes the CNBC stuff, I really wish people would pay attention to some of the videos I post, because like, those are usually the really good ones. And so someone said something on CNBC, and they talked about price action trading. They talked about like different strategies. And this trader was being really sarcastic, and he was being very arrogant, actually. And he was like, what if Reddit traders discovered a new type of trading? And they were like laughing, and he was like, I guess they're going to call it flow trading. And it was really interesting how he said it, because it's very interesting that's ultimately what happened with GameStop. Is people were just looking at the flow, or the original people that spotted the short squeeze, and were like, dude, like, look at the flow. Look, the numbers don't add up. They'll have to cover eventually. The stock isn't dropping. It's too heavily shorted. And so I think that there's a different type of analysis, yes, being done with this flow trading. It is really big. That's why you have Flow Algo, Cheddar Flow, all these big companies that charge like $80 a month, because it definitely works. It's huge into trading. You can definitely see the way the volume's going. What's that? Sense. Okay, looking at sense. It's okay. I don't know. What do you mean it's breaking on bull flag? What bull flag is it breaking? Where's the bull flag? You talking on a higher time frame? Let's look. Where's the bull flag? Am I missing it? I don't see it. So I guess if you wanted to say, you're saying this is the bull flag? Is that what you're saying? Alan, I'll talk about Hyliion in here in a second. Give me a sec. Is Ethereum going to crash? I wouldn't be touching cryptos at these levels. I'm not touching them. So let's talk about SENS. I'm not touching it. I'm pretty sure it's a therapeutic too, or something to do with medical. So it's like meh. So looking on the short-term time frame, 1 below the VWAP, don't like it. Push up to pretty local highs, high range. The $3 range is kind of a high. Let's look at OBV. OBV pretty high as well. Rejected. Looks like a double top. Oh, sorry, bad marker. Pretty double toppy up there. It looks like the OBV wants to come down as well. Well, I mean, we have market open pretty soon too, so like be able to see some of this stuff and get a better look at this. I don't love it. I really don't. I think there's a lot of moments. I mean, the best support's going to be right here. This 295, 293 range. That's going to be your praying that this holds. Downside potential definitely has. I think it has room to come down to 275 range. Just looking at it. Check out ticker Tom Brady. Dude, Tom Brady goated. Dude's goated. I can't believe Tyron was talking. When Tyron was talking trash to him, I was like, oh my god, what an idiot. Gosh, you think you're playing against Garoppolo this year? Gosh, think you're playing against Josh Allen? Like, who do you think you're playing against? You're playing against Tom. Dude, I couldn't believe it. Peloton, I already traded Peloton. I'm already out of it. Peloton looks really good though. I think the earnings. It was the best time to buy. This is what I'm talking about Peloton. About my trading method, right? So let's talk about Peloton. Okay, so why did I trade this stock on Friday? First of all, Fridays are not my favorite day at all to trade, because when you trade on Friday, you get whack movement. It's usually kind of slow, yada, yada, yada. So Peloton came out with earnings. This was the price before earnings. Came out sitting at 157. Came out with earnings, beat, shredded, killed revenue. Had its first $1 billion quarter. Massive. Best earnings ever. EPS up. Everything killed, shredded. Great. Doesn't get any better. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Right? Everything pointed up. But they pointed out in their outlook, and they had to be transparent. They said, we're having supply chain issues. Our deliveries are backordered. But it comes back. Can you read the earning? Can you conceptualize what's going on with the company? Even with the back orders, they had a $1 billion quarter, people. A $1 billion quarter. So when it dumped below the monthly level, I was looking at it, I was like, dude, this I literally was sitting in the group. I was like, man, this is the buy. I was like, guys, this is the trade of the day. This is it. If we trade anything, this is what we're buying. So it came down, got rejected at the monthly level, and just slowly started coming down. We started slowing down in this range at like 143. And as I was looking there, I was like, man, I was just waiting for a buy. And then eventually I was sitting there, I was like, okay, if it breaks 143 below it, we buy. We push heavily into it. Pushed to like 142.8. We pushed in pretty hard, got in at $4.10 on call options. Literally sold right before the end of the day, about 2 hours before the end of the day at 150 flat. That was the trade. I was prepared to hold Peloton. I think there's lots of room for Peloton to go on. Honestly, I'm looking for more entries come this week. Even if the market dips bearish, Peloton's a buy. It's solid. The fundamentals, what's going on with the company. I don't like their company because I like the way I work out as anti-Peloton, to be honest. But fundamentally, the company doing very well. So being able to find, I'm talking about Peloton. How I trade. Trades made a video on sense. Good video on sense. I think Trey is solid. I think he's solid, but I think as new players in the market, you need to be careful with people. This is all I'm gonna say. If a YouTube account is only making bullish videos, and if they're using 35 different indicators, okay? Be careful. That's all I'm saying. Because it's easy to get caught up in saying X, Y, and Z look good and then not going back to the fundamentals. You need to also see bearish cases. You need to also see why is the market moving down. You need to understand on both sides of it. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not talking bad about him at all. I'm not talking bad about him. And like someone said, trade follows hype. I mean, I'm following hype on my channel. I understand. I understand. Like, you're making a living. He's making probably like over 10 grand a month now, and he just started his channel. You know, I mean, you just went from making like no money. And I don't know how much he was making before he started YouTube, but I'm just saying you went from making $0 from YouTube to making over 10 grand a month. I mean, come on, it's solid money. Like I can tell you how much. I can tell you how much. I can tell you how much he's. I mean, I can give you a good guess on how much he's making. Give me a sec. No, don't start. So this is just TubeBuddy, so it tells me how many views someone has per month. So he has 2.48 million. So the average CPM on a finance channel is 10 bucks, 10 to like $9 per 1,000 views. So I can do the math in my head, but I'll just do this for you guys. Divide by 1,000, right? Times, let's say it's low end, $8 per 1,000, just from views on YouTube. Almost 20 grand, guys, just from views. And then he has Patreon as well. Like, I'm not like, and that's his living. Like, I understand, totally understand. And like, there's stuff you have to do on YouTube to like, I mean, it's your living. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, be careful buying into certain aspects because, like, yeah, just my opinion. But I'm not bad. I want to make it very clear. I'm not bad talking Trey at all. Like, I agree with a lot of his stuff too, 100%. Like, and I totally agree. So, but I don't think people are talking enough what's going on with the VIX. I think that people are going to get hurt in the coming weeks. The UVXY is too low, guys. This is low. I think we're going to start seeing a dip going into the next stimulus, personally. Guys, the UVXY, the volatility index, is below pre-COVID levels. That doesn't even make sense. The market is not better now than pre-COVID. Are you following me? The market is not more bullish now than pre-COVID. That logically doesn't make sense. Quran recitation? I don't think so. I don't think Amazon buys. I think higher possibility Netflix buys. It makes more sense fundamentally for their business model. Trey's views came up a lot because he went live on a strip with the Asian guy Brian. I'm not knocking the guy, dude. Like, dude, I'm not knocking him at all. Like, dude, like, more power, like, to him. You know what I mean? Like, it would be like, I mean, like you've seen, my views have been shooting up because I've been making an AMC update every day, right? Granted, on some of my videos, I make a bearish post, and let me tell you something, I never get a good reaction to a bearish post. So Tyler, what do we do with the VIX? First of all, it's VIX. It's VIX. Just saying. But just to help you out, like, in the future. But so if you want to play this is what I was talking about in the beginning of the video. Now we have 300 people here. Cool. So with the VIX, this is primarily for day traders, in my opinion, and options traders. If you're heavily long on positions, I guess it goes for anyone. This goes here for any positions. Yes. This is getting. And for example, just so you guys see, so before I get into this, actually, so I want to make sure this is very clear. So let's look at the Nasdaq really quick. Okay. Where's the UVXY? Why the hell is the UVXY not on my list? This needs to be all the way at the top. I recommend, if you do your trading, guys, on your trading view, this is what I use, by the way. This is the platform I use to do all my charting. Put all your main indexes at the very top. It helps you out a lot. Helps you stay organized. And you always need to be looking, if you're day trading, you need to be looking at those indexes 24/7. Okay, so we saw, why is this stuck? That is pissing me off. I don't know what I did. I have no idea what I did. It's frustrating. So, oh my God, this is beyond frustrating. Reload. Okay, so when we saw this dip on the massive pump was the 26th of January. This keep in account. So when we starting to see the uptick on the VIX, it was the 26th of January. So we're gonna head back to the Nasdaq. The 26th. Okay, this is the 26th. This is super, super interesting, guys. Follow along, please. Follow along with where we're at. On the 26th of January, right here, this is the 26th. This purple line represents the start of the 27th. So we're gonna go back to the UVXY. The 26 is right here. 20, right? What the hell? Okay, 26 is, yeah, right here. The end of the day, the 26. This is at the end of the day. It closed. So Nasdaq can trade 24 hours, correct? Nasdaq trades 24 hours. So you can trade it like all the time. UVXY trades only from open to close the market. So that's worth noting as well. The VIX trades in those market hours. Looking at the UVXY, it started getting an uptick at the end of the day on the 26th. The Nasdaq, the next day, 27th, starts flatlining, dumps. UVXY gaps up that day, skyrockets to $15. A 50% move in the UVXY, $10 to a little over 15 in 3 days. 3 days, really 2 days. So let's be generous. Let's say 3 days it moves that quick. So really what's happening when the market moves negatively, the UVXY, the volatility index, skyrockets up. So when the UVXY gets to these low levels, which it's at right now, this is ridiculous that it's at these low levels. It is an easy indication something's not right with the market. It's sitting in a bearish standpoint. We're in a bad situation. But the good news is if you're trading AMC, Naked, or these short squeeze stocks, they were moving very good during this time. When the market started crashing and dumping at this 26th through like the 1st, those short squeeze stocks moved great. It could have been affected because of short squeeze stuff. Who knows? I don't know. It's hard to say that. But what I'm saying is the fact that we are at the $10 range, this is lower. Absolutely lower. So people that were betting on an economy crash or a dump or anything like that, I had a lot of friends that had a lot of UVXY call options going to the end of 2021. And let me tell you something, they made a killing. Just so you know this number, it went from $10 on the UVXY during COVID all the way up to $132. The profits on options, absolutely insane, skyrocketed. They made tens of thousands of dollars. So that's worth noting. We were at lower levels than pre-COVID. The economy is not in a safer position than pre-COVID, guys. It is not. When's the last time we have seen these lows on the UVXY? Never. We have not seen these lows. Guys, this is dangerous. So I recommend just keeping your eye out. And if you have a decent sized portfolio, so me personally, what I'm gonna do, giving you my viewpoint and what I'm doing. I'm not going to be scared of taking call options because I think the market is in a dangerous spot. I'm a day trader. It's what I do. I trade every single day. If I see a good opportunity, I have to take it. But I'm going to be hedging my account with call options on the UVXY most likely into early May. That's where I'm kind of targeting. Like that's like right before summer starts. So that's where I would be looking to have hedged positions and just adding to those positions as we drop lower, and then continue to day trade my call options on whatever else I'm trading, right? So that's what I'm looking at. So if the market stays bullish, cool. I keep trading the stocks I like, right? But then I keep adding to this UVXY position as we go. There's a very low to no possibility over the next, February, March, April, May. So like we have about 3 months. Yeah, about 3 months, give or take. Over the next 3 months, we do not see any type of leg up. There's low to no chance. So that's worth mentioning. That's what I'm going to do there. Guys, is it possible to get a hot girlfriend if I'm being a good trader? Let me tell you something. One, if you're young, it's really stupid to date someone. I think it's really dumb. Honestly. This I'm gonna make a video. I'm more personable videos on myself that I think will really help people. And I don't want to make it to be conceited or cocky or anything like that. But like 2020 was the greatest year of my life. It was one of the hardest, roughest, like toughest, most depressing years of my life as well. But it was the best overall year that I've ever had in my life. Incredible year. And I did it completely alone, which was the best part. So, the best part. Let's go to AMC. We've got people joining the chat. They want to ask about AMC. Let's talk about AMC. They're looking at these squigglies. They're like, oh my God, Tyler's bullish. Don't get too excited. So, looking at AMC, if you're brand new into the channel, let's go back. Let's do a little, if you've been here for a while, we're doing it again. Bullish points. First thing I want to cover, if you haven't watched any of the videos. One, holding above the resistance and support on that support line for the OBV. OBV is ticking up. So it looks like we're getting a little bit of bullish momentum. One. That's number one. That's the first bullish thing going on here. Two, I mentioned on Thursday's video, this was bad. If we got a hold below $6.80 or $6.65, anything below 670 was bad. Terrible. Lots of bearish momentum going in. We closed the market at 687. It says like 683, but after hours we got to 687. Bullish. Going into Monday, what do we need to see? This is just a projection on the VWAP, how I see us moving into open. Is getting a little bit of downtrend. I want to see some sideways movement, getting back above the VWAP, a little bit more sideways movement, and then some volume kicking in, pushing us to about $8. That's what I want to see. I don't think we get crazy movement on AMC until the short interest numbers are released, which at that point, anything could happen. We might start seeing on the after hours tomorrow some crazy volume kicking in. I don't know. It's complete speculation what's going on. But one thing I can say is I can almost guarantee the volume really kicks up once those numbers are released on the short interest. So, that's my thoughts. Ooh. I get so excited about Tinder matches. It's like one of the highlights of my day. Otherwise, I don't date anyone, but let me tell you something. Tinder's awesome. It's revolutionary. It has changed the game. Oh, we hit 5K subs. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. We hit 5K. Cool. 5K on the dot. Appreciate the subs, guys. Oh. Whew. BTA's American Dad's Guess. AMC to the moon. Look at Fintel. Fintel hasn't updated the numbers yet. I already know. They haven't updated the numbers. I already looked. You're awesome. Love you. Double down. We should, hey, double down. Full send. What if the short interest info on Tuesday is bad news? They don't have its AMC. The stock goes down. If the short interest drops, I don't see any momentum for the stock to go up. Period. I don't see it. What is Instabang? That sounds like HIV. Instabang just sounds like I'm just going to get like some type of terrible disease. Yuck. What are your thoughts on Naked as I'm stacked on Naked? I had the over in the Super Bowl. Oh, damn. Sorry, man. I would have taken the over too, looking at it, honestly. But I would have taken the bet. I think the best bet was the money line on the Bucks. It was like plus 140. That was just, man, that was a good one. So why not focus on valuable stocks? AMC, I do focus. MJ, I focus on them entirely. My money isn't in AMC right now. So GME. Let's take a GME. Let's take a GME. I might hop off here in a little bit. How long have we been live? I don't even know. What time is it? 11:14. I have to take my son to school really early in the morning. GME. It doesn't look bad. Doesn't look great. I don't like the OBV. I'll tell you that. Crap. I hate when I don't know that I have the brush on. GME. It's closer to the VWAP. I just don't think it has as much momentum. I think the short interest is going to decrease as well. If the short interest has increased on GME, that'll be insane. But I'm interested. GVO and GNOG. Okay, let's go. That's a good one. 3D systems. I didn't like that one. I know. Is that like DDD? Yeah. Looks like it's going. I just didn't like. It's just like it didn't get me excited. My friend told me about it and it was really cheap. Actually, I don't want to talk about it. GNOG. Gambling is gonna look good. Yeah, I think DraftKings Pin gonna have a pretty rough trading week. DraftKings and Pin, I don't like it coming this week coming up. It's gonna be. That's on QCOM. Took a pretty big hit this past week, and with the like consensus that I'm having that indexes might look bearish coming into the week, it might not be that great of a play. I mean, long-term dip buy solid, but it could come down more. It could come down more. Like I could honestly see 130 to 128. If it hit 130, 128, I mean, solid long-term pickup though. I think AMC has. Dude, I'm not like hyping it up. I think AMC has room though. I think it does have some gas in the tank. 100%, guys. I'm not lying. It does not look that bad. Any thoughts on Baba? You can look. Sorry, my hair looks probably crazy right now. Going into next week, though, the only call option I have open right now from this past week is what I bought on Friday, and that's going to be Open Door. Open Door is huge room. Good short-term possibility. Baba, let's take a Baba. My neck hurts. Suzuki 5. It looks good. I like it. I do like Baba. It looks nice. This is not a bad looking one, guys. It does look solid. We held this support at 263. It's gonna be something you're gonna want to watch for sure. If I was assuming what's gonna happen. So first of all, like I'm saying, like I don't feel good on indexes coming into the week. Like we had a really strong open. Don't get me wrong. That VIX is dangerous. But chances are we gap up on Baba. If we hold this range and the indexes stay flat, it could be solid. Sundial, let's look at Sundial. I like AMC, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like telling you, like a lot of hype, more Robinhood people coming in, Wall Street bets, all looking solid. Naked. Or let's Sundial. I'm sorry, not Naked. We'll look at Naked here in a sec. Sundial. Okay, so Sundial I did like. I'm probably making another update video on them tomorrow. I haven't made one like in 3 days, so I'll make one. Definitely due for one. Oh, man, I'm so bad at like drawing the trend lines. I wish I was better. Had a steady hand. One sec. Yeah, you can see we're holding that trend, right? We're holding the trend. Definitely to a pretty pivotal point. You can see how hard it's pinching on the OBV. High chance I think OBV starts pushing back to the upside. The OBV looks good. The only thing you're watching on Sundial, I mean, personally, if I'm playing options on this play, I took Nokia over Sundial. Kind of regretting it. I might be looking here in the near term for this. But looking at Sundial, you don't really care about the short term here. I mean, like, you don't really care to see massive upside here. If you're invested into Sundial, what you're looking for, hold above $1 for another week. That's all you want. That's all you care about. Hold above $1 for 1 week. If Sundial can hold above $1 for 1 week, I want to see the short interest on Sundial. I believe there's a lot of short interest on Sundial. It's not being talked about enough. A lot of people are betting that thing gets pushed below $1. 2, if it holds above $1, the warrants, all that crap goes away. It's listed on the Nasdaq. They don't have to worry about the 10-day hold above $1 no more. That's huge, massive news. They need about 5-6 more days for this to hold back above that. Holding above $1 creates a very bullish outlook for the stock. I'm talking $2, maybe $3 at a very quick rate. I think volume would really kick in. Shorts would begin to close their positions as well. Because what they're betting on is that they don't really succeed with this Nasdaq listing, which is, I understand the logic behind it. Makes total sense. Also, they're holding this high range. If you look at all the other short squeeze plays, they all are very, very low now. Sundial's holding overall. I mean, that the short squeeze move pushed it to 130. They retrace, and now they're sitting back at like 113. That's incredible. It's sitting only down like 10-15% from that high. You can't really ask for anything better. So Sundial looks great at this level. It's below the VWAP, not super concerned, but as we dip to this $1 range, I believe, man, the buying power there is going to be serious. It's going to be serious. So if it starts dipping, I'm buying on these. They're a little bit more riskier. So you want to buy like 2-3 months out, just so, let's say you want to get out. Let's say like we drop below $1, like 85 cents. You're not going to hurt as bad on those longer term options, and you're going to have open interest. So if you want to get out of the play, you know what I mean, and just reevaluate. Comstock mining, don't know nothing about them. I've mentioned my mining plays. I've mentioned 2 of them, and those are the only ones I'm playing. NMGRF is the graphite play. MP is the more lithium rare earth materials play. That's it. The end. Brian, why you gotta be an asshole? Like, why? You're posting, you're like, why? That doesn't even make sense. I don't know why people are like that, man. I don't get it. Any thoughts on Rolls Royce? I don't care about Rolls Royce. I don't care. I don't care. Time is 11:20. I'm probably about to hop off, guys. I gotta wake up around 6. About like 6.5 hours. Pretty early. Oxygen after offering. I was looking at Oxygen actually. It's therapeutic. I don't feel comfortable with therapeutics. I don't love them. I don't think Fintel they haven't released those numbers yet. I don't think now. Will Sundial go more? Is it still at the buying point? I wouldn't buy it at this level now. Stuck in Express. Any thoughts? That's a rough play. Express is a rough play. I don't really have thoughts. It looks bad though. You didn't say anything about Naked, bro. I'm waiting for you to answer. Okay, I'll talk about Naked. I'm probably gonna go to bed. So Naked, it doesn't look great. So like looking at it, there's no real bullish catalyst. The only thing that looks good is that the OBV is holding up at this really high range from that short squeeze range. That looks good. This flag is extending very long, so I'm curious how we open up the week, but it doesn't look great. And there's definitely a possibility we drop down to like 92 cents, maybe 89. But yeah, it doesn't look that great. We could open up bullish. If we open up and gapped up, I'd feel really bullish about it. High chance we start pushing up to like 155 range. So yeah, I'm gonna go to bed, guys. I'll be live again. Question. Do you guys? How many people would actually be? It's hard to answer that question. Would you guys be able to tune in for a live stream around like? Right now it's 11:23. I'm in Central Time. So like 10 a.m. Central. Like, is that a viable time for people to tune into streams? I feel like people have work, so they can't really tune in. It's like, I understand. like 100%. So, or is like after hours a good time, like 4 or 5 o'clock? What's a good time for these streams? I know these late times aren't the best for some people. I get it, but. Just waiting to see an answer. I'm gonna hop off. Alright, I'll try streaming tomorrow morning, see how it goes. I'll try streaming tomorrow. I'll see how it goes. Do it. We're not working. It's good. We'll see. It just depends how many people tune in. If not enough people tune in, I'll just get off. I'm not gonna waste my time. I usually create videos from like 1 p.m. to like 4 p.m. Maybe before that. I spend a lot of time reading and stuff though too. So yeah. All right, guys. I am off. Have a good one, guys.